What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Monday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great, even though right now times are crazy. If you've just been paying attention to the news, you know, but we'll get to that in a second. If you could please hit that like button. If you could please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that would be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of all my videos. So refrain from questions for a second. Because honestly, I want to give a shout out to DMX's family. You know, I haven't really been paying attention to the news. Last I heard, he was in a vegetative state. I don't know if he's dead. He might be dead now. But either way, man, DMX is a true legend. And I think there's a valuable lesson to be learned from this. But before that, I just want to say this dude literally was the soundtrack to my early years just kicking up dust. It's Dark and Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, two of my favorite hip-hop albums of all time. DMX is in my top 10, alive or dead. Just all of his charisma and the way that he would bounce back and forth through all these different alter egos. His talent was crazy in that true golden era of hip-hop where you had to be lyrical and you had to be real. And he's just proof that money can't buy you everything. Sure, money makes things better. But when trauma is there and demons are there, sometimes it doesn't matter. And sometimes you just can't get out of your own way. And man, it's a sad day. I'm going to be bumping his music for the next little while. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, you know. Man, DMX is a true beast. He was a beast. Savage on the mic. And if you're a true hip-hop head, it's a sad day for anybody because, man, this guy, and it's crazy because I understand. I've been caught up in addiction, and I know how difficult it can be to get away from that, especially when there's just an endless stream of income and support. So I don't know. I don't know. I hope everybody around him is okay. And shout out to DMX. Go check out his music. Rest in peace, DMX. A true hip-hop legend. So what do you guys want to talk about? He's off life support and breathing on his own? Say word. Every single story is different. Now, is he in a vegetative state? Is he coherent? Will he be able to talk again? Joanne Kerr, thank you for the 20-piece. I appreciate that. We're working on it, man. That laptop, end of May, early June. Nah, not real sorrow. If he's breathing on his own, that's amazing news. Last I heard, he was in a vegetative state. But either way, you know, I'm going to be praying for him. And I hope everything works out. And I appreciate that, Steve. Thank you. Light on the Hill is a good dude, man. And I just feel when you got guys that just got real stories that you can tell are genuine and they can offer those stories and share their experiences, I think that's priceless. It's gold. You know, stuff that when I was young just wasn't available. You know, I didn't come up in the era of internet. I didn't have the ability to hear people that I felt like I could relate to talk and share their wisdom and say, look, it's not worth it. Because I bet you if I had, who knows what would have happened. Salute to Light, 100%. Hopefully his channel blows up and those guys get their cash flowing and get everything that they deserve in life. Hey, what do you need to get over the hump towards a laptop? I'm still working on it, brother. I got a ways to go. So I'm working on it. It's still quite a hump. At the end of the day, bro, I struggle day by day. I live in an area, and anybody knows, if you live anywhere in Southern Ontario, your rent is not cheap. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You work all day and, kill yourself to pay bills. The right opportunity will pop up one day. If you work hard, you have a positive attitude, doors will open, opportunities will open, and that's how you keep it moving and progress in life. You can't get stagnant. What? Ake R. What's good? What are you saying, brother? Happy Easter to you too, man. Yeah, King Rock, of course. Hopefully your channel will blow. You already know that I feel that way about your channel, though. Housing costs are ridiculous in Southern Ontario. It's crazy. It's crazy. You got to go through my PayPal. Just go through the description in my videos. You'll see the link. If you can't figure it out, brother, it's not the end of the world. We'll get there. I know you support my channel. You're here all the time. You know what I mean? But if you're in the building, go hit that like button. Go up to the top. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we speak on prison. We speak on life. We speak on addiction. And really, anything you guys want to talk about, I'm down to talk about. The goal is to, in the next maybe 6 months, really kind of expand. And I don't know into what, but I'd just like to start talking about real life, day-to-day issues, things that I see daily and how that can relate. And, in order to do that, I just got to get a little bit more tech savvy, but we're getting there. We're learning. Dynamite Hopper, man, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Lloyd Banks definitely lyrically is the best one in Gene. I agree. King AJ, say you bail out, then get convicted. You go straight to pen or what? You don't go straight to the pen. So you'll go to provincial and you'll wait 15 days. Once you sign your waiver, it's 15 days. Sometimes it can take a little longer depending on the transfers. Right now, I'm sure with COVID, it takes a lot longer, but it's supposed to be within 15 days, you'll get shipped to classification. Joyceville. Oh, no, there's nothing but patience here, my brother. I don't expect nothing from nobody. I appreciate everything that happens, but at the end of the day, donations or not, I'm still going to find a way to get that laptop. That is the goal. And I feel like I want to do a lot more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm limited. I got this bootleg laptop that I can't do anything on. And it just kind of is what it is. We'll figure it out, though. Soon come. Never done time at Workworth. And another one of my goals, guys, is over the next however many years or whatever it is, I would eventually like to have somebody come on from an interview from every single jail that I can. I would also at some point like to start speaking and breaking down prisons in other countries so I can compare and see really what it's like to be locked up abroad. And I think all that kind of stuff is interesting. So we're going to hopefully get into all that, plus just life. I just enjoy talking to you guys and just giving support and giving my honest opinion. And it's not always right. That's a fact. But at the end of the day, it's good to hear different perspectives with things. And if you can have those kind of open conversations with people, that's great. Never been to the Brantford Bucket. I know a lot of guys that have been to the Brantford Bucket, but me personally, no. Andrew, hey, if you could do that, that's definitely cool. I'm constantly working on getting new interviews. So, anybody who wants it to interview, you just got to DM me on Instagram, the new Matt Clark, all small letters, all one word. Sometimes people get overlooked and they take it personally, but it's just sometimes you're busy and you kind of slip through the cracks. So you got to get back to me. If I've talked to you and said, yeah, I'd like to do the interview, that means that I like your story. I like the idea behind it. So get back to me. Ricky Boys, what's up, man? Long time no see, brother. Steve, while you were in, what accident did you have without involving another person? Like, damn, that hurt. Well, you probably can't see it. Yeah, you can probably see that scar right there that goes along that finger right there? So I was working out. I had 80 or 90-pound dumbbells. I was just finishing a set of chest presses. And when I brought the weight down, boom, between two weights. Sometimes you drop the weight back. The floors are rubber mat. Guys kind of get cheese when you do it. But when you're really banging out sets to max, sometimes you're exhausted and you got to kind of drop it a bit. But I didn't want to drop it. I wanted to kind of bring it to the floor, and wham, it got hamburgered between two. It exploded. Definitely had to go to the hospital, and it was a very painful situation. I remember another time I was drinking brew, and I went to kick a soccer ball, and I missed, and I hit the gym floor with just my big toe, and I peeled the big toenail back. Whew. That was excruciating, painful. Other than that, man, I blasted out my shoulder. Try not to get hurt. You try to be in good condition as long as you're there. You got to remember, prison at any time can kick off. Not so much in the lower security places, but in the higher security places. Whether you're involved or not, you still got to be in condition where if a riot pops off or something like that, you could be prepared to defend yourself. You just have to be. Right shoulder. I blasted it. There was a point in time where I could only lift my arm like this. I lost my AC joint, so I had to get my whole muscle taken off, an inch of my collarbone cut off. Paul Harris, thank you for the 20 spot, $20.99. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Man, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Ben Askren or Jake Paul? Okay. Honestly, sadly to say, I think Jake Paul's going to smash him. I just do. I think Ben Askren's boxing is so bad. And if he can't use his wrestling, the only chance I feel like he's got is if he gets in there with the dirty boxing, takes a whole bunch of shots. The kid can punch, man. He can punch. So, I don't know. Logic would say that Askren's going to win, but I don't think he's going to win. I think Jake beats him. I don't think he necessarily knocks him out like he did with Nate Robinson, but I think he beats him. Yeah, Bill Thompson. That's some painful stuff. The only exercise I could do was spinning my arm in these little circles for like 4 months or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But I couldn't do anything for a solid 7-8 months. And I forced it. I started hitting the bag probably before I should. I remember I had this soft tissue lump that kind of grew up and hurt for a little bit. It's still there, but it doesn't hurt anymore. I figure it's just scar tissue. Shoulder injuries are the worst. And the problem is, when you're working out, you think it's necessary to get a big weight in your shoulders. But at the end of the day, your shoulders are three small. Your front lat, your side lat, your rear lat. And you really don't need to crush the weight like that unless maybe you're doing shrugs or some trap workouts or maybe some presses. But form and rep is more important than weight. And getting it to a burn, man. If you use a 25-pound dumbbell for every single workout, but you do every set to burn, you're going to grow. Hope they don't overuse Campbell before the playoffs. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hopefully Anderson comes back. They can run him for a bit, get him at least so he's good backup, and then, play Campbell enough that he can stay focused. In my opinion, you give Campbell the net's his. It's not even close. I'd even give Hutchinson some games. Who cares? Just make the playoffs. I don't see any team in the division beating you in a series. I think Winnipeg and Edmonton have a chance, but I still think if Toronto's healthy, they're beating any of those teams. Edmonton can be dangerous. They're one of those teams that could just go cold, lose. But they could beat anybody on any given night if Draisaitl and McDavid are flying, for sure. Good night. I'm glad you made it to the live as well. Thank you very much. You stay healthy as well. Thank you for the 20 spot. I appreciate that. Hunter Skies, I'll give you those 3. Any more, I'm going to block you. My channel is not a stepping stone. You got to ask me. Okay. That's it, buddy. Sorry. You going to stop? I won't block you if you stop, but don't spam my channel. If you don't spam my channel, I'm cool with you doing that. I don't know what kind of channel it is, but go check it out. He seems intent. So what else you guys want to talk about, man? And before we do that, go up, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. That's what you got to say, though. Listen, I'm not a hater, bro. I'm happy that any man can get out, grind out a channel. Any female can get out, grind out a channel. I'm not here to hate on anybody. At the end of the day, I hope anybody can make it that just gets in front of the camera, because at the end of the day, there's a big enough audience for everybody. What about plea deals? King AJ. That's a yeah, King. Wow, go on. What about plea deals? What kind of trade you working in? Yeah, I work with heavy equipment. I would like to, I don't know, maybe like one day I'm thinking I could get into like a trade that I want to, like maybe like plumbing or electrician, something with real big buck long-term aspirations. But at the end of the day, I would like to be in front of schools, man. I'd like to be talking to people and sharing my story. Urban Burner, what up, man? You spam, block it out. Well, I don't even block people that disrespect me on my channel. I don't care. Unless it's really super disrespectful. But if you're just trolling and it's harmless, I don't really care. Plea deals work. If you plea, you get the deal. No, what happens is the Crown and the lawyer, they'll get together. They'll either come with a joint submission or they won't. So a joint submission is when your lawyer and the Crown attorney come to an agreement that if you plead guilty to this charge, they will both agree on this amount of time. The judge will rarely, if ever, go against that. Sometimes they may say they don't want to preside over the case, carry it to another day in front of a different judge. but rarely will they go against it, although they can. By law, they can sentence you to whatever once you plead. But a non-joint submission is when they don't agree and you go in hoping that your lawyer has a good enough argument and mitigates the sentencing factors so you can get minimal on the time. Because the Crown's always going to ask for a lot. Bum Tickler, what's up, man? How long I've been freed up? I got out of the pen May 2018, and I was in treatment until November 2018. I've been freed up since. Have I seen Big Sid videos? Of course I've seen Big Sid. Big Sid. Yo, white boy. But I haven't watched a Big Sid video in a long time. He's funny, though. See, that stuff, that's satire. You know, you like it can't take that stuff personally if he comes after you. You know, at the end of the day, you just got to laugh it off and keep it moving. I was thinking about having him on for an interview for a while. Maybe that will happen one day. He's a funny dude. I would hate going through the courts right now. It must be so delayed. 100% it is delayed. Freebase, man. You already know. I'm going to try. Shout out to the neutrons who aren't convicts but get caught up in the system as well as hold it down too. 100%. Shout out to those neutrons. But you can be a convict and not be in and out of jail. You know what I'm saying? It's not about going to jail. It's about how you behave while you're in jail, even if just a short time. A convict doesn't necessarily have to go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. If you've been to the system one time and done real time and held it down solid, you're a convict. You have a convict mentality. That doesn't mean that you're in every single way you have institutional values. You know, a lot of people look at being a convict like it means that you're breaking the law. And that's not what we think of it as, you know. Obviously, if you break the law, you're a convict. If you get sentenced to time, you're a convict. But there's a difference between inmate and convict. An inmate is somebody who does their time exactly how the coppers outline it. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They're just in line with the Fed's program. A convict is somebody who goes into time thinking, I'm doing time and I'm going to do it by my own rules. The coppers aren't my friends. We ain't homies. Okay? Sorry, Hunter Skates. Adios. Maybe I'll put you in timeout for a bit. Steve, man, holler at me, man. Holler at me on Instagram, brother. And we could talk for sure. I've done 3 to 5 small bits. Most time I've done is 4 months. Never had any problems in provincial. If you carry yourself like a man, you're not going to probably have problems. I already answered that question, Jerry, didn't I? Or is that the old question still? Last day was 5 days for assault. Great lawyer. You already know. That is a great lawyer. Donnie Brasco. Hope you're all well today. You already know, but you should ditch the name. I haven't been able to see one thing this hunt. He just keeps saying, keep subscribing to my channel. That's it. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. He's spamming the channel, man. He's spamming the channel. I can't knock the hustle. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I had to put him in timeout, though. We had to shut him down for a minute, you know? You guys don't have any more questions, man? I definitely would like to do a vid on EMDC. I definitely know there are lots of solid guys from London. I know quite a few of them myself. Done lots of time with guys from London. But, I want to wait till I get the right guy that can kind of break it down for me, because I never done time there, right? So, it's easy for me to kind of do videos on the penitentiaries because I can go and I can do research on them, but it's a lot harder to do research on provincial. And, I just think it would be a lot better to have somebody who's actually done time there to come and do that video for me, and I can ask questions about the prison. You know what I'm saying? I think Mike, yeah, he probably does, for sure. Most I did is really wait and bail. Seen a lot, then realized what I was going through. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I have a similar experience. My bro's doing life, and you feel for them, regardless how much guilt they should have or how much guilty they are. They're still family to you. I don't mention names on my channel, Gary, but I got a lot of buddies from out there. You know what I'm saying? JS was just wondering about the stories of ghosts in the old Don, being that it's so old. Do you have any stories of experience with that? As a matter of fact, I do. I remember one night I was in cell 3 on 2A backside, and the garbage bag just flew up and just kind of held out for a minute. It just floated there for a minute and then went back down against the bars it was tied to. But there's no breeze. And it just kind of held out for a bit. Was it paranormal? We don't know. But everybody knows the old Don is haunted. 100% it's haunted. All the other prison channels, I feel, glorify prison, and they reminisce about like Boy Scout camp. Your channel is different. This channel is more than a prison story channel. Yeah, I agree. I definitely don't want to just be a prison story channel, and I feel like I've tried to spread it out and not just talk about prison, even though most people want to hear about prison. Prison has been a huge part of my life, so it's a huge part of my story. But I would never promote anybody going there, and I don't think it's a good idea for anybody to go there if you want to have a future, for sure. That's for sure. Mel Lance. Yeah. I think I got a message today. You already know. I'm a hauler. I don't know nothing about Edmonton remand. I live in Ontario, sorry. But maybe one day I'll have somebody on who's been there and we could do that interview. I definitely have a PayPal. You can find it in the description of all of my videos. And you cut your toenails with nail clippers. Listen, when you're in the penitentiary in Canada, you get razors, man. You get razors. So they give you 5 razors. You go to your cell with it. If you don't return those razors, they don't come looking for you. Now, I think if you're in Max, in order to get new razors, you have to trade in the razors. But razors, nothing. There's metal shops in some of the pens here where guys are walking with swords. Razors, nothing. Guys have carbon fiber buck knives here, razor blades. You rarely see a guy use a razor blade. Yeah, I've met lots of guys from biker gangs, and they politic good, man. I feel like they know how to do their time. They usually, keep to themselves. They don't let in a bunch of people and strangers. I think they know how to do their time right. Prison and jail isn't like it is on TV. Definitely not. Now, I think there's times where it is like it is on TV, but I think what a lot of people don't see is that there's a lot of time where on specific ranges, guys get along, man. Guys are laughing and joking and partying. The violence comes, but it's like on this block, there would be some violence. And then, later they'll be on this block. But a lot of the time, guys are getting along. It's not like crazy war all the time. Some of the funniest things I've seen in my life have happened in prison. Jordan Peter. I agree with a lot of things. Americans just shit themselves here in that one. Oh yeah, for sure. The thing is, the reality is, the guy's a liberal. It's crazy to me. He's just a centrist liberal or libertarian. He's not like some hardcore conservative white supremacist. That's crazy. We're just in the cancel culture generation, you know? What's the policy of prison tuggies? Can you get caught? Yeah, you can get. No, you don't want to get caught. Obviously, if you get caught, it could be a problem. You know, if somebody wakes up and you're in the cell or something and you're tugging it, you know, good luck. But, you know, like you're locked up for a long time, so it's going to happen. Now in Canada, you don't get charged for it. It's not like a misconduct unless you're like popping off in front of the staff or something. You can get porno mags and shit. Alexander, what up? Anyways, you guys, I gotta go finish cooking dinner. You guys already know. I appreciate each and every one of you, everybody who left a donation. Before you go, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. You already know. I'm gonna start doing more lives. I appreciate the lives. And you guys already know. Have a good night. Love each and every one of you. The new Mac Club.